Veganism, is it saving the environment, or is it pointless? Can vegans live the same life as a meat eater? Do animals suffer?
Well, believe it or not, my protein comes from plants. It's a myth that you can only get protein from meat. I haven't eaten meat for 37 years, and in recent blood tests that I had, my levels were actually higher than average, and that was without consciously trying. What do I eat? Meat eaters always ask me this question. It's actually quite funny, but I'm sure many of them have never considered a meal without meat. But I eat everything and anything, and I just take the meat out. Meat, if you actually break down most recipes, it's not really a massive ingredient in most meals. If you think about it, even if you just had meat and 3 veg, for example, there's only 1 piece of meat, all the rest is veg, so you're actually having quite a nice meal without the meat if you took things that simply and didn't make any effort whatsoever to be vegan. But once you start to cut out meat, you really start to realise how much flavour you introduce into your diet. And what I find really ironic about meat eaters is that not many people make meat without all the vegan seasoning that you add. So it's quite funny, but all those lovely flavours that you get, that you think, oh, I couldn't eat a meal without meat, it's probably the seasoning that's actually vegan that you're enjoying more than the taste of the meat. Because I think if most people were honest, they'd probably find traditional meat on its own very bland. Personally, I don't miss anything at all animal related in my food or my lifestyle. I don't eat substitutes myself. I don't judge those people who want to. It's whatever people want to enjoy. If you like the flavour of bacon, for example, or beef or lamb, if you like that flavour, then it's not doing any animals any harm for you to actually eat that substitute product, and that's entirely up to you. But there are alternatives out there for everything. All those flavours I've just mentioned, chicken, there's just anything that you would want. Even cheese now, vegan cheese is just absolutely delicious. Personally, I can't tell the difference. I'm sure there'll be some connoisseurs out there that could, but absolutely anything that you want to eat now, I imagine you would be able to find a suitable alternative that added that flavour. Maybe the texture wouldn't be the same, I don't know, it's personal choice, but if you absolutely needed the flavour, it's out there for you. I have meat and dairy in the kitchen. My daughter eats it. She has cut down an awful lot since I've become vegan, and she's happy to eat so many vegan products. Right now I have a vegan advent calendar, and she's always trying to open my little door to have my chocolate. So yeah, she has cut down loads, but it's her choice to eat meat and dairy, and I prefer, if she wants some ice cream, that we get vegan ice cream, and she has that, and she's happy to do that. But right now, that's entirely up to her. I don't judge her choices. I respect the choices that she makes, and in the same way that I would expect her to respect mine. I don't cook meat for other people. If I have people around for dinner, quite often I will just make vegan or in the past vegetarian food, and people have not noticed at all. I once had a party with 20 teenagers, I think they were 13 or 14 at the time, and I made a huge chilli, and not one of them said anything about the meat being missing. So it's quite funny again that, not that I was trying to purposely con people, but I just went ahead, made it, served it, and didn't say anything, and nobody noticed the difference. So, you know, it's quite funny that quite a lot of people could probably be vegan and not even miss meat at all. I think maybe it's psychological a lot of the time. Don't know, give it a go. Ooh, oh gosh, without going on and on and on, I think I'd just stick to the science of this and say that animals were actually here first. So I think that debunks that theory completely. Actually, we are not designed to digest meat at all. Meat is a carcinogen. It's also known to accelerate heart disease and cause kidney disease, so it does kind of make you wonder if we were designed to eat meat when it causes us so many terrible problems. Dairy causes osteoporosis. The pain and suffering that human beings actually cause animals to endure, I won't be a part of that. Absolutely, 100% meat. The dairy industry actually breaks my heart. The very fact that most males are slaughtered and most females continue with the same fate as their mothers before them, I just can't even. Now that I'm vegan, I feel that when I was a vegetarian, I feel that I was a little bit of a hypocrite. I don't think I really fully understood the dairy industry, and all I can say is I'm just really glad that I understand it now.
Did you know that over 56 billion farm animals are killed every year for meat and dairy produce? This figure doesn't include sea creatures. Once born, calves are taken from their mothers. If they're male, they are immediately slaughtered. If they're female, they are bred to purely produce milk. There is no rough number to how many sea creatures are killed a year, as the number is too great, so they have to measure it in tons. Chickens never see the light of day. They are kept in wired cages their whole lives. Once hatched, male chicks barely last a day before getting slaughtered, as they can't produce eggs and cannot be used in the meat industry.